Hello, it is me, Joshua Cameron, once again. And I found out there's a dark moment in Tom and Jerry's history, and I'm thinking you guys might not know. There's some sort, which is kind of very, very dark. And then I found in history, there's some sort. Well, I think it never aired at all, or aired as a pilot, or never aired at all. It's non-pilot or some sort at all. It's just there's like a part known as a gossip or a rumor of some sort. I found out about some sort. If you know the part of Tom and Jerry itself known as the Blue Cap Blues, is it the name Blue Cap Blues? Didn't it show this part? I hope I was right. Right. Yep. Oh, Blue Cap Blues. It ended up. It ended up. You know, only the dog scene that Tom and Jerry almost got suicide yet. That might be taken away. There's a scene on Tom and Jerry, but Butch and Toodles got married. Well, I found out in later one scenes of this one anyway. Then they had towards later on cartoons like Tom and Jerry Kids or Joe or some sort, Even 21st Century Does best explains it. At this point, Butch and Toodles are split. Yeah, this is shocking right now because there's like a scene after the comedy skits and even the comedy type 15-minute shows or 15-second shows, I meant. Or not, no, it's a 15-minute skits, I meant, the way it is. And they're showing that they're married, and next unknown, and anyone sees the 30-minute show skits, it's got split. So that just somewhere in the 80s and 90s part, thinking right now, I think Tom and Jerry's just like milling themselves like crazy like usual, and somehow in the non-air shows of some sort, even as a background of some sort, never said a word of some sort. It's just nosing in the background. You will never notice this some sort. It is still if you never see this at all, but the nose could be coming of some sort. And I end up saying right now, yeah, it appeared by now. Toodles as the Snooksy start getting into a divorce with Butch. And they end up, and later season, when they return, they split. And to see why Toodles in the 21st century, a Tom and Jerry show in the 2010s, Toodles is in a bad mood. Then what happened to her? And just wonder. And then Butch is acting like a total jackass, so more into Tom in some sort of way it is. So there's like a big moment in history. There's something up with those two. But they end up related to the mystery that I try to figure out for over 5 years. This is like a fork in the road. It goes in two different ways. Did Butch divorce Toodles, or did Toodles divorce the Butch? So some in later years, it goes in two different directions, and I'm pretty sure if Toodles divorced Butch, if Toodles did it for herself because he's starting to more the pull towards Tom and instead of herself, and it just does not feel entertained of some sort. Usually, they usually don't like men because they're not entertaining, they're not mindset right of some sort, and all your ladies that talk about this a lot with a lot of men, right? Some sort, or because I know Butch is really wealthy. When I don't know why this is lose Butch in the more into Tom, because Tom is like a possible poor self non-cringy like type top house cat, and then Butch is one rich and lives in the dumpsters of some sort, like an idiot dude. So Butch is extremely rich. And he lives in the dumpsters, so like a normalized like hobo would usually do. But really extremely rich hobo. Oh my cow, that is so wrong. That is wrong. And they end up seeing the picture, but they end up don't know why she didn't do that or this type of thing. Oh, and on the other way, Butch did do this. It was the other way. Butch did divorce Toodles himself. So then, did Butch think so Toodles is a gold digger, or that does not even like her? And at this point, they end up, or she just don't like her because of her attitude. Because that's what normally women do. Just there's gonna be times that she likes more comforting of some sorts, and there's the times that men usually don't. Usually, the way they're doing to stay together at this point, this makes a lot of changes. So Butch just really refused to do that. So why that just he just did it for himself? So I'm trying to figure out. This is still a complete mystery by now, and this is like a huge mystery that I'm trying to figure out to this day. And what just happened there? So, and it's, and even worse, Tom almost commits suicide. To a marriage is likely to be short lived. Yeah. The goodness is, I think Tom just switches his around and him out of his suicide. It did run over by a train in spite of cartoon cameras, the cat die. So, or the other way around, I think Tom did save Jerry, and then Jerry did save Tom and get out from the train tracks before run over by a train. So, so they did hear the train part of this one, but I think they come out of the tracks just in time before they ran over by a train and to see why they're still alive. But here's the thing right now. So that means that something's up with Butch and Toodles in the later on times, and in the scene that they got divorced. And there's some sort. Anyway, Toodles never got kittens, which is add to the scene that the marriage remained are short-lived. It's also because usually long-lived marriages usually have generations of kids that go long term in the future. Butch and Toodles did not did that, so it's kind of like a short marriage, which is usually awful for couples who usually do that. So that means something's up with between those two. They're being split in 81 episodes. But they end up something's way off because if they never got divorced at all, that was in 2010's episode. They should have been still gonna be together, and Bush still hates Tom. But no, they just never do that, and then at all. Instead, they just keep airing them just being split, and Bush is more into Tom compared to Toodles. They're thinking a lot of different ways. It's an end to compare this, with from both sides of the cat-like spectrum. Toodles is like a brat bitch, and even don't like other cats despite of what happened at this point. So yeah, that's usually women go so hugely through anxiety and post stress disorder and PTSD flashbacks a lot, where men usually don't. So I think so far Toodles is still in the middle of her withdrawal from losing Butch. And still Tom trying to win her back, with the problem that she's more in a bad mood. Is that she just does on one time. But then there's some scenes in the Tom and Toodles did get together, but they're not as big as way back then was, and more attractive. She's losing interest in Tom. Because I think the reason is I think Tom is almost as have a similar appearance as Butch. So I kind of think that she's going for some PTSD and flashbacks of the huge fight that involves Butch and Toodles before they got divorced. So that is showing some sort. Oh, you have a Butch. He's more into Tom now than Toodles. So there's a question: did Tom has something to do with Toodles in the end, in the force quit Butch like that? I'm still trying to figure out that to the end of because I think Toodles seen Tom as more entertainment than Butch, and Butch is like a lousy cat who loves to live in dumpsters, and just usually women do not like people that live in the poor slums in the like more rich cat environments. And I don't know why Toodles like more into Tom than Butch. Because I mean, here's the thing, he's a house cat. There's an owner, and they take care of the Tom sometimes. And then worse, he can try to chase a mouse, aka Jerry, a lot of times, but Butch usually doesn't do that. And then instead, he just there to the grab scraps from the dumpsters, trash cans, and eat dead fish carcasses one time. Well, I don't know what he does with all this trash. Sell for the scrapyard to get a lot of money out of it. I think this is might be his job. Two is work as a trash worker and get over $100 per year for that. You can see why he got so rich in the first place. And Tom usually never gets a job. Instead, to just more chase around trying to get rid of Jerry most as soon as possible. And see why Tom's more poor. So yeah. So I'm still kind of stunned at this point. And that mystery is still going on to this day. What happened to Toodles and Butch at this point? It says in the biological information for Toodles, Toodles is more into Tom than I found out, and that's just not right. As it says on the profile on Butch, it's a thing in Blue Cap Blues. Toodles and Butch are married, and it says in the definition the Toodles is more into Tom than Butch. But what's going on? So this is even worse. And so that means so it says Butch had felt a lot with them, but I found out this so I think somehow the Butch did not divorce Toodles. Toodles had to divorce Butch because I think she's more into Tom. But how? How did they end up Butch and Toodles broke? That's still a complete question though. At the end of seeing this, it says so I'm trying to figure out there's something odd about this picture that I'm still trying to figure out to this day. What?
Hey, come here. I want to show you something. I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, be right back for a minute.
Know the answer. Oh, just think that they're building. I was wondering if they're talking about building big red. What is that? What is that? The big red twisty thing. But where's that at? So this big red thing. What you can show that. Well, it's big and it's like arched and it looks like it's twisty. So where's that at?
Yeah, that's a luxury. Luxury watching all review site. It was supposed to be the closing, but that I bought as well. They just turn into closing. It's turn into like a luxury all the site late. Yeah, but instead he uses the panels from the leftover steel, some sort of main of the closing. Watch the night in the closing or nothing. You don't know what I'm talking about. That's not the closing. The panels are some sort of steel. There's some sort of leftover steel pieces. They put that to the closing. Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. I
Yeah.
figured you would know.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Learn to take this information on the way. Oh yeah, I love the just click on Butch's thing. It it has no information about relatives of some sort. And then it proves to yourself is the Butch is not married. Or did he end up this? I think by now. Will he end up? Well, he is the leader of the Alley Cats. So that might pulls that into more what happened to the divorce with Butch and Toodles. So, so this is kind of like, if you don't know what the Alley Cats is, Butch is the main leader with three other ones: Meathead, Lightning, and then they'll try to figure out his name too, Topsy. Oh, why you forget his name then? So I think since in some sort, did Butch is the leader of some type of gang? A gang known as the Alley Cats, and get money using trash scraps and some sort to get money out of it, and see why Butch is like so wealthy in the first place. To yeah. And I'm trying to figure out right now. It's Butch is really a pimp, and I'm wondering, is he just a pimp, or some sort? Yeah, or just in a rival gang of some sort, or is he like a gang, a gangster of some sort, or get some sort to get money out of that? So I'm trying to wonder, and that point pulls it into why Tom hates Butch at this point, because there is a there's a there's like a lot of things that I think Butch has something to do with relate to the divorce. So it's in will they end up if Toodles are the married Butch, that means it's it's gonna be like a lady of the gang at this point. I would say, well, I think Butch has just made a secret around her. I think, and she just noticed him, and I think in later scenes, so I'm thinking he's more into the gang, and then with her, and seeing Tom being just a total Brabus Jerry, and Toodles is more into love with Tom, and let's see why there's this like the boyfriend count. Since Tom's the main boyfriend is Toodles, and Butch is more like into the gang with a bunch of alley cats, aka named the Alley Cats, and Butch the more leader of this, and found out Toodles don't like to Butch the end up as being with the Alley Cats instead of being with her, because usually married couples, the man needs to be with a girl at all times, not with someone else of some sort. And I just wonder, is it end up in the butcher that someone told Toodles at the end up he works with the Alley Cats? Instead, he's not working with the alley cats. He's just a leader of that, and that means he's controlling a gang or of some sort to get money out of it. So all these is using old trash scraps of some sort to create money out of it. Yeah, this is a true definition of the gangster and gangsters as they usually do. They try to force everyone's will and in the forcing the other cat's will to get all their scraps to return with money. That's like a gangsters do in the 90s. To try to force everyone's will to join them, and next to know, if they do not join them, then they get booted or get shot. Yikes! Yeah, so I think Butcher's gonna be one of them, and of course, Toodles do not like Butcher. They end up doing this type of thing, and they end up saying, "Yeah, I'm more into the persons who not treat me a like a filthy whore." And yeah, in the morning and treat me nice and smooth like Tom is. So that's why I think Toodles somehow left Butch, and then the Butch doesn't like it because I know Tom is really Butch's rival at this point. So that means Butch is in the saying, "But please come back to me. You're mine. You're mine." But Toodles says, "Nope. This marriage is over, and so is you." Yes. This is where I think the divorce rate begins at this point. In the end, the Butch said, "Oh, fine, I'll file a divorce on you and never see you ever again." And that's how the divorce somehow did. So, yeah, it's kind of dark, but that's kind of where it is. I think there's an unaired scene of this, but then the productions and then the made for that, but then it usually as a 10-minute skit. But it's split off with all the others and all the special skit about all this and then happening. And that maybe shows you the answer. Why is Toodles more into Tom? Then you guessed it. Then Butch. And it says here the Butch is friends with Tom at this point, but we're also enemies this time as well. I think the reason is, but the end of sometimes the Butchers in the end of enemies this time. And I don't know, he's just acting like a total jackass in the end to use Tom as assistant to get rid of Jerry. So, well, that didn't work out very well. Well, let's see what did the Butcher then went through. AK got kicked out in Mammy's house, which Mammy knew two shoes. Get almost be bitten by Spike, which is also similar issue was happening to Tom as well. But also living his lives in the dumpsters, enjoying the group known as the Alley Cats just to be gangsters. And that's another issue there, and he's one of the top hit issues with Muscles Mouse. If you don't know what Muscles Mouse is, that is, I think, Jerry's cousin. Shocking that it is true. Yeah, Jerry's cousin Muscles, aka the buff mouse, the only male counterpart of Jerry, aka his cousin, is somehow he's more muscular and he's still one of the hurt cats. Well, Tom's trying to hurt Jerry. So yeah, yeah, so I'm trying to so on the butcher's like infuse the muscles to the reason why I figured this not into Tom in this point, because I know Butch's main issue is muscles than Tom. So they end up. Well, also the Spike. Spike is not only the person that doesn't like Tom that much as well. Also, Spike is really Jerry's bodyguard. Yeah, now don't know how Jerry got a huge bodyguard as a dog. Yeah, I'm still wondering to this day how much money Jerry has got, but really Butch doesn't. Is he even being as a mouse? So, also Nibbles. Nibbles is no explanation to find something from Nibbles itself. It says here, it says Nibbles. It says a little orphan of some sort. So the thing of the question is Nibbles like Jerry's adopted son? This is, and then it's also, oh no, no. I found out from relatives, Nibbles is really the uncle. Oh no, I think this is his nephew. So Jerry's nephew is really Nibbles. So to relate to, so that means his first cousin, Muscles, Muscles' son is Nibbles. What is the information? So did Jerry? I think Jerry did not aim have kids because he's that's one's Tom a lot. So to see why. And it even never shows Muscles' girlfriend. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Why? So I think back to the divorce story. So I think I might almost solve this completely thing at this point, but there's still a lot more questions at this point. To the end of so the end of so the question is did Toodles and Butch have something to do with Jerry then into this as well? That answer is still unknown. And I'm trying to figure out that myself. It's still unknown. Because Jerry has nothing to do with the divorce of Butch and Toodles. Unless Tom and Jerry then found something right into it, and I think what Tom does what Butch doesn't. So, to this day. To the end of I think there's a lot of ideas, and I think Jerry has something to do with those two's divorce. So in the end, Jerry's a mouse, and it doesn't like Tom. So this is just a full circle effect that this way it is. So don't know this. I know Bush is in fear with Muscles, which is Jerry's cousin. Also, there's Spike. Spike is not only Jerry's bodyguard, also the extreme enemy and villain to Tom. Also, Spike has a son, aka Tyke. It is made a spin-off show on the Spike and Tyke, but it's not as the same as Tom and Jerry. Yep, Tyke is really to Spike's son at this point, so I was right on that one. So, but then let's see why is this? Well, that's my boy. Yep. Well, so this Mike Bulldog, I think it's only aired in Spike and Tyke only, which are not related to this, so keep him out of the way for that into the day. So, really, oh yeah, to tell who Mike Bulldog is. Well, Mike Bulldog is Spike's older brother and also twin brother. It only aired in the Tom and Jerry show, 2014. He only scenes for one scene. It's not even the county sketch of some sort. It's kind of to be a joke character of some sort. Instead of like being like a issue. But then there's a things I think Spike has some sort of like this is why I leave it only to Spike and not Mike, so it's not related to the divorce at all. Well, Spike is a dog, a bulldog, as I say. There's a classified as his name. So in the back in every kind of skits and about this, Spike is really known as Jerry's bodyguard back then. Until they treat us as a dog. And I think Spike's losing his identity as a bodyguard and more into a father with his son, known as Tyke. So that means, I'm pretty sure Tom is trying to get rid of Tyke from them since, Mike, Spike is like a protective father. He's not allowed, or he's time because they get extremely get hurt. So he's more protective father than like a bodyguard now. And sometimes he's in the likes Jerry and hates him, but he really hates not only the alley cats but also Tom. But also sometimes he's friends with Tom because I know he's not exactly as bad as like Butch, so it makes sense. Also, it says in Spike's definition too, Toots also friends with Spike. And I think there's one scene back in earlier Tom and Jerry types comedy skits. Well, Tom's playing music on the phone Toots. I think it's like another version. The female cat but Tom likes as well. But the thing about that is, it's ended up very bad and it made Spike to play the cello, but Tom is attached to the cello instead. What the hell was happening there? And I'm still wonder, but to this day. And it's kind of funny too. A dog liking a cat? That makes no sense. Really? The thing about that, Toots is something from being a cat to a mouse. Yeah, that's a giant shift. A giant shift. So Toots was a cat one time, and now in later on shows, Toots is now changed from a cat to a mouse, and I think she's more into Jerry instead of Tom. So, and I kind of seen one now. Here's the thing one now. And I found out, like Tom, Toots doesn't like Toodles. So that means I think something's kind of related to Toodles and Tom. It's like similar is Toots and Jerry. So it's kind of both things a mix. So did Toots have something to do with the divorce? I would say yes. Toots is like Jerry, a female mouse. And also, Toots do not have a Bible or a friend relationship with the other. That's what Butch does with Toodles. And so, at this point, and I found out Toots' boyfriend is Jerry, which makes no type of sense. And it has no aired parts, it has no aired episodes, and there's no aired skits and stuff related to Toots as a mouse. But I'm still trying to figure out, though, how does this be? There's a couple scenes where Jerry says, "Yeah, please love me," but the other scenes, it just wow. But it doesn't seem like you. Yeah, is this Nibbles? And Nibbles is just young, so that means I think Toots Mouse just married an underage mouse. What the hell? No wonder they got divorced too. That answers that one question. Then what happened to those two? Somehow, Toots married Nibbles, in spite he's underage. Yeah, that's illegal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking the same issue was I think with Muscles as Tom, and they also kicked Toots out of Nibbles' way. Like force kicked him out. And I'm saying, yeah, fine. Stupid brother his yeah, fine. I mean, I'm going to Jerry. Yeah, I'm. So I kind of think Nibbles. I think the, I think Nibbles and Toots' marriage only lasted for just a couple hours and it's gone. I think it's because of Muscles. So, yeah. So I try to figure out. And this again, new question in hand. Did Toodles did talk to Toots and then finally we get rid of Butch? I would say I'm thinking the answer is gonna be yes. I think Toots the mouse has something to do with the boys of Toodles and Butch. So I think because I kind of think right now I think Toots are the more cuter. I think Butch thinks to the end of Toots is more cuter than Toodles is, in spite it is a mouse. Problem is, cats eat mice if they're in the left outside so long. Makes no sense. Why they like Toots than Toodles? In the end, because of that, I think, and of course, Toots in the end started to hate Toodles because I think it's because of Butch. And I think there's well the force kicked out and it happened. And of course, in the end, it caused Butch to return with Toodles and Toots just likely kicked out of Toodles' house because of the Butch. Like being more attracted to her instead to Toodles. You can see why Toots is mostly on the streets a lot. So yeah. I also and because it's so long and without Toots is starting to get a little lonesome and seeing Tom as Jerry, and I think whether the worst really did start. So yeah. That's also playing more information into it too. So that means there's also she only airs one episode in the Tom and Jerry show. Noah's dinner is served. Makes no sense. Yeah. They end up showing both Tom and Jerry with their both girlfriends in this episode. The Tom was Toodles and Jerry was Toots. Yeah. And showing them at dinner. Also, they did air Rick and Ginger going out on the week evening, which is still owners. Yeah, I think yep, they're still owners for both Tom and Jerry. So, and the end of his scene right now. This is too prolific before it transform into a mouse. And at this point. So yeah, so I mean later on scenes I think Toots is the transform from a cat to a mouse, and then made Toodles the main cat character. Then the love was Tom. Well, and how it shows. Also in the 2014 issue, Toodles remade similar sex as Toots back in the earlier comedy skits. Back as a really young kitten, and then had Thomas, let's say, in love with her, despite she was almost similar as the earlier Toots. What is heck is happening to her? It's still on me at this point. And also, Butch was like a jackass, and I'm saying, no, I do not need you anymore. Be gone, leave. Yeah, I just wonder. Yeah, you just wonder having two cats and two mice in the house looks like make the house make a disaster. Thank Lord those two are really kicked out and end up spiders getting on their nerves because of this. Yeah, even with Tyke too. Yeah. Oh yeah, you wonder what Tyke really looks like in the newer copies? Yeah, he's more cuter than ever. Also, his even the voice attack has been changing ever since. Usually, it's made by a voice killed by a man back then. It's now voiced by T.L. Strong, which has made the same voices as I think Raven. I think yeah, Raven from Teen Titans Go and other people too. Also voiced Tyke Bulldog in the Tom and Jerry show. How cool is that? This is, but he does not say words. He just barks like a little puppy. He usually does. Yeah. So I kind of think right now, this Spike has something to do with the Toodles and Toots being kicked out and going to new owners, but only still see Tom in ever since. So yeah. So yeah, and that is the way it is. So oh yeah, one last question. What's the aftermath of Butch and Toodles after the divorce? Well, that's a question I don't know. I, and I do not have the scenes, do not have the information, I do not have anything to withdrawals. And from those two, and they do have a lot of withdrawals since time because I've never seen Toodles like depressed and Butch just returning to the Alley Cats gang and just for good and the Alley Cats helping him for his withdrawal. I never seen the scene from that. So this is really Tom and Jerry is all about. It's mostly for the comedy skits and stuff, and they never aired dark episodes. So yeah, it's kind of why you even need to air a dark part despite only have one dark aired already. Yeah, that's the way it is. So I'm trying to figure out right now. So about that question tonight is wow. So in the end, one last question is: did Butch do see Toodles again? For license and later shows, yes. Problem is, we became ex-boyfriends instead of boyfriends now. I've seen the relations on the Wikia page on the fandom.com site. Butch's ex-girlfriend is really Toodles. Shocking! But it is now. Yeah. Yeah. Take that into the jaw drop. Yeah. Said Toodles' real boyfriend is Tom. Yeah, the main cat of the show, the blue one who looks to chase Jerry around. And it's looking to try to kill Jerry. Yeah, that's Tool's boyfriend now. It's really Tom. Well, and the question, and one last question is, did Spike have something to do with the divorce? Well, no. No, he did not. It said Spike is really minding his own business with his son, Tyke. And he did not even recognize what's going on with Butch of some sort. I think Spike is more towards hating Tom instead of Butch. And ended up, oh no, Spike has nothing to do about the divorce once forever and none at all. It's just poppycock ended up in this point. You know, a lot of people think that's just poppycock. in the so in the Butch's divorces with Toodles has nothing to do with Spike. So and Spike has nothing to do about the situations going on. So yeah. So leave Spike out to the in the shadows at this point because he has nothing to do about it. I guess if Spike ever dies, the marriage should have been kept going. So this I think Spike has nothing to do about it. And I think it might be for the best. So yeah, this is it's kind of way it is. Why you should follow up with something his head doesn't related to? Yeah, and there's a lot of backstory about all this. And of course, seeing the Thompson Leo copies, he's from extremely pissed to a flicker to haha, happiness, joy, 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 joy. Yeah. Because he likes to chasing mouse as his way of life. But anyway, back then, Thomas not even nose job. His name is really Jasper. Well, Jerry was known as Jinx. Jasper and Jinx? That's not good names. And even worse, Tom is just with his shortening name of Thomas. Well, Lillian and Tom really came from anyway. Not Thomas the Tank Engine, the train. I mean, Thomas is really his shortening name, a lengthy name, of Tom, from Tom and Jerry. Even it says here, Thomas parentheses Tom Cat. That's his real name is Thomas, not Tom. So what's Jerry's real name? Real name instead? No, just Jerry. Oh yeah, the reason Tom is got the name Santa Thomas is the base of Tomcat. Just because he's a Tomcat. Oh.
Random nothingness.
Okay, thank you.
What do you think?
Yeah, cool.
What are you doing?
Just the live stream. Sorry about that. I hate those if people interrupting my streams. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm still trying to figure out the full circle. A full circle and a full pentagram of this sort of situation started. Which I really don't know. So, well, I really want to get more information about what's going on with the divorce and the so it's problem. This is kind of way too dark. And we're going into my this is the unknown territories, which I do not want to go witness, and I do not go far with this, and some sort. It's kind of too dark, and I kind of do not want to ruin people's liking of Tom and Jerry. So, yeah, I kind of will leave it from there. So, I kind of say one now. Oh, if blame on Jorge, then they listen up to this and they saw my streams. Yeah, not he might end up noticing that I answered most of his questions. So sorry for the spoilers of blame on Jorge. I didn't answer some of the questions for you about this. So I hope you didn't agree with I hope you approve my apology at this point, because sorry for they end up ruining your most of your questions about this, because on your end to try to figure that in yourself. Yeah. Oh yeah. Last thing is, it did Toodles eat a lot? There's a sense I think there's a sense to the marriage with Toodles. Well, Bush did eat a lot in the dumpster, but they do not eat real food. Tom does though. Man, man, he's like a freaking like a gluttony cat. I miss one. This is why he treats like a house cat. Ugh. Not only he's just like eating for cat food itself, he digs in the fridge for food. Like he's like just digs and digs and digs out of the fridge. Man, think about a freaking human do that and just would eat every single food out of the fridge and just stack neatly. And just next to know, and then a couple hours later, it looks so messy again. Yeah, Tom does that too. Holy cow. He eats a lot of real people food. A butch? I don't know how he's not skin and bones. And there's a real point. He eats food out of the dumpster. In the trash. And most of the food only being eaten by humans or mold. Yeah, he's been really eating poisonous mold. Like, really, that's not healthy for a cat to do that. It's kind of like when a human eats green bread. Ugh. Yeah. Come on, Tom lives a lot more healthy lifestyle than Butch, and I would agree. And I still wonder why is Butch still alive when he should have been dead. Yeah. Because AK mold poisoning. Yeah. Mold poisoning and even food poisoning. Man, you really say Bush should have been dead. Come on, even alley cats. This should have been in the friggin' underneath the dirt with the gravestone. Because this should have got food poisoning. Oh yeah, for Tom? Yeah, and the question is, why is Tom never going to go for obesity that he should be? And Jerry does eat a lot, but not as much, so I think the reason is that because he's chased around Tom a lot, I think it's why he's like so, why Tom's like more thinner way it is. Not only he eats a lot, but he exercises a lot trying to get rid of Jerry. So like AK cat and mouse chase. Yeah, this is like the most whole Tom shows many premise of. Yeah, Tom is like no lazy cat at this point. He just flat out wanted to own Jerry to himself just to eat. But Jerry says, no, I'm not gonna let you do that. And I want you more dead than just me eating. Even worse. Even since Jerry's bodyguards way Spike, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be screwed for the points when this happened. But no, when Tom was like addicted on that mountain issue, yeah, he's still after Jerry, so. And in the later scene, Spike is really had doing this all this shit around him and dealing with this issue. He's and in the in seeing Jerry just no, not Jerry. Spike leaves Jerry alone, which not as a bodyguard, more and more into a huge friend now. And in the end, it helps Tom's out for his issues a lot. Yeah, that is a giant shift and change with into Spike. I think Tyke has something to do with Spike's change of views. So this it's kind of way it is. Just think about it right now. So sweet it is. Yeah, and last thing is anyway. Last thing is anyway. Is the divorce of Butch and Toodles really that significant? I would say no. It was not supposed to be a scene in a comedy. It's more dark, and it's kind of the way it is. So this is why I think most of the productions are not allow this, and even the pilots never even shown. Because it's not related to the comedy skits, and then mostly from Tom and Jerry. Instead, will more relate to dark episodes. Like the Blue Cat Blues. Yeah, I think that's pretty dark and not supposed to be like an episode, but then I had to put it anyway because it's kind of really how funny it is in them doing scenes. So yeah, but that scene is so severely dark. And even worse, they almost got killed by a train. Unlike the anthropomorphic freaking cartoon characters, they can't die. Yeah, and yeah, so I hope you know all those answers in the end answered about what's going on with Toots and Butch and Leyland Saints. And anyway, and I'm just hoping that the answers in the question. Sorry about two interruptions within this because I know it's not supposed to be in the stream. I might cut it out in the future when I think there's one scene that end up one video did it and it's on full cut uncut thing. And I do apologize about that. But I literally was supposed to do that, but I just because I have so many other stuff to do, I literally can't. So I just left it in there and just like an old pride. So hope you like it. What's going on right now because I know it's dark, but that's kind of way it is. And to see why Butch is like a jackass and why Doodles doesn't like Tom most of the time, despite is really his main boyfriend now. So yeah, and what's the divorce really all about of some sort, between those two and all the definitions and etc. All this,
I don't know.
and hope you like it. So hope you like it. See you at the next video. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Forget about something. I did change my cover pic on Channel Powell on YouTube related to Hurricane Season DCU. I'm more going to get into that in the future. You know what I mean? Updates coming around with the United Kingdom at Office update. I'm still waiting for that to send to the forecast page, for Pete's sake, to get all definitions there from the models in the real forecast of 2020 hurricane season. Stay tuned to that in the future and then where it is for more information on where it is about 2020 hurricane season. And I'm just showing you right now what I'm talking about right now about the forecast right now for 2020 hurricane season. At this point, and I hope you're waiting for that forecast up here. Yep, Matt Office is not up yet. I want to see the full forecast of the end up with this. Here it is. So that means they're showing the next videos in the future. Yeah, here it is, and that is it. Hope you liked the end of that story. And Jorge, at the end up, if you on right now or looking through the videos like this video might end up shock you a lot, and I end up noticing this a lot. So yeah, so I'll just let yourself know and just to bring a like at this point and just bring it into your videos in the future and just say thanks for liking me at this point. Just otherwise, well, that is it. I'm Joshua the Cat Human, and see you in the next video. And I am out. And this live stream is officially gonna end as soon as right about close to me now. So goodbye everyone. Have a great day.